Welcome back to Houston Life. With the popularity of dating apps and websites, finding your next date is relying more and more on your online presence and less on your network of friends and family.
Yeah, and online tools do make finding a match more convenient, but they also come with added risks. To help protect yourself, Rania Mankarious, CEO of Houston Crime Stoppers, joins us now with the do's and don'ts of dating safety. Rania, I remember when online dating became a thing and it was such a stigma, and now, I mean, everybody's doing it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm glad we're having this conversation because this applies to all ages, from teenagers all the way up to our seniors.
I'm so glad you started with that, because I have to tell people, if you have a teen in the home, I mean even an 11 or 12-year-old, they're going on these apps because they're curious, they think it's funny, or they're making connections. So this is an important conversation. Over 300 million people are on these dating apps at any one time. So we know it's a vast network. So you want to think about, how do you set up your profile? Not for the younger ones, but for the adults that are dating. What are the do's and don'ts about meeting people? What are the risks and dangers? These are all really important questions.
So that literally starts us off. What do we do when we set up an account? What is the stuff we're supposed to put on and definitely supposed to keep off?
Very simple. One, create a picture for your profile that is unique to that. Don't use your social media profile picture, make it unique to that. Create a separate email. Have one email that's only for your dating apps. And then be careful about the information you share. Don't put a ton of information. Do not share financial information in your profile. It's really simple, but we're begging people to stick to these points.
Okay, financial information. This is something you also say we should never include. This seems like a no-brainer, right, Rania? But we hear the stats of millions of people literally who are scammed financially. Why are people doing that? Because they feel like they're just going to open their heart to love and send someone money?
Yeah. Well, it's actually a huge red flag. And you talk about the financial scams. 2021 online scammers scammed people with this notion of love and over $500 million. And that's just what was reported. So people, you have to be careful of somebody that's like, I love you, but I need money, or I'm in a crisis. There's always some type of issue that they need help with, or they want to marry you right away, but they need you to send them money so they can get a plane ticket or come to you. Derek, you'd be surprised that this happens all the time. People are eager to make a connection, and they let their guards down when they feel like they've met someone, they feel very close to them, and they start opening up their wallets, and it's a huge problem.
So let's say you find a match.
Yes.
You've set up a date. You're going to go somewhere. What kind of stuff should you be aware of when obviously we'd hope that people would pick a nice public spot and things like that, and not bring anything too fancy, and just let your friends and family know where you're going. What else do you need?
And I take it a bit further than that. So yes, you want to pick a public spot, well-lit area. You want to be on your turf. Don't go from your turf or your spot to a private area. That's another thing. Use your own transportation. Here's the thing that I add. Tell your friends you're going on a date, but consider letting them see your location in real time while you're on the date. Look, we know there are recent news stories where women have gone missing after going on a date with someone they've met online. Share your location in real time with a friend just for the duration of the date. You get home, you say, I'm fine, you can end sharing. It's just an extra step to have another set of eyes.
Definitely.
Sharing your location, which, if you don't know how to share your location from a smartphone, have someone show you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say, Rania, you go to meet someone, you've made a match online. How do you know they are who they say they are? Because a lot of people find themselves in a situation. You're catfished, or maybe you arrive to a place and, wow, that person is not who they say they were.
So some sites like Tinder actually verify users, and I think that's important because it means the user's taken an extra step to send a photo ID or some type of paperwork to say they are who they are. But here's the next thing. You want to do your due diligence. You want to dig deep with the research. You want to, try to find out everything you can, see if you can find other social media platforms for this person, get them on a phone, ask your questions. Listen, we can go as far as doing like reverse imaging scans, okay? We can become pretty crazy. But here's another idea. Consider doing a virtual call. Can we FaceTime before I meet you? I think there's nothing wrong with that. And somebody that's serious about meeting you and not hiding anything shouldn't be against doing that.
And the actual crazy people that you don't really connect with, you can't do anything to help us not find them, right?
No, I wish I could, but we all have this gut instinct. It's just when it comes to love, sometimes that overtakes
it away.
everything.
Listen to your gut, always.
Listen to your
Always.
gut, always.
Rania, we still have a million questions
Yes.
for you, but we're out of time. We got to leave it there for today.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much for your
Yes.
help.
Thank
and
you for
Happy New
having
Year
me.
as well, Rania
Happy New Year.
Mankarious, Houston Crime Stoppers. In the meantime, if you would like to connect with Rania or to get a copy of her new book, The Online World, What You Think You Know and What You Don't, visit our website, HoustonLife.tv, and look for that scene on Houston Life section.
Some really great info right there, Derek.